successful. So, just to give you some, and now we have some data in our app, which I love. This is really cool, right? Shondell and I have been using this for a long time. And Samira and I have been using this for a long time in our business. And so, what was that? Is that a sneeze?
It was.
I just didn't know what it was. Like Maui from Moana. Anyways. So, we do have a lot of people, not a lot of people, we have people kind of working quasi-crazy schedules, right? Where some work from different offices, some work from home. We do have an opportunity to deal with people in different parts of the country because of Zoom. And all of that stuff is good. The problem with some of that, though, is, and this is just me personally, but I think it applies to 95% of you, it's very difficult to work from home. Okay? And even if you're in that 5%, it's not going to be good for your team. It's going to be extremely hard for them to become productive. And so the more that we can have accountability, the more that we can create an environment where people can be more productive, the better it's going to be for you guys. And the cool thing about some of the things that we've done over the last couple of years with social media and certain social networking apps, we can share documents, we can post, we can recognize people. But what I am big on, and what I've been big on over the last probably year and a half, is tracking. Tracking your activity. Turning this into a social club and turning it into a business. And I want to start with what I discovered when I tracked, right? I did 2 nutrition programs, both stupidly expensive, $200 a month for 3 months, right? And then the second time was 3 months. The first time I didn't even finish it. I quit within a month and a half. Okay, I'm just being honest with you. Second time, I was like, you know what? I gotta make sure I'm eating properly, and because I'm putting a lot of work in terms of other things, and I just want to make sure I'm eating properly. And so I signed up again. I said, you know what? This time I'm actually going to finish it, and I did. And so when I signed up for this nutrition thing, secretly, I wanted a pill. I want the nutrition to be a pill that will just give me abs and make me jacked. Right? That's my secret. But then he's like, look, we're going to track what you eat. That's the first thing. It's like we got to find out where you are. Where you are is tracking what you eat. And I eat pretty healthy. And I am pretty disciplined. And when I started tracking, you guys know this, I realized I don't eat as healthy as I thought I did. And I'm not as disciplined as I thought I was. See, therein lies the problem. Your frustration is because you think you're working harder than you're actually working. You think you're more consistent than you actually are. That's the problem, right? I was a bad student. And you guys have heard this story many times. I go to my mom and dad, and I get my report card, and my dad would be like, how'd you do? I got straight A's. 2 B's, a C, and a D. And my dad would be like, so you got 1A. But I said I got straight A's. It came out of my mouth. It went through my brain and said I got straight A's. Right? This happens all the time here, too, with adults. I tell people all the time, how many appointments did you do? I had 2, they rescheduled. I said, so 0. I said, so 0. Say it. Say 0, right? And I don't say it like that when I'm dealing with people, but I'll say, so you didn't do it. Because there's always a story, right? You know, my wife, she's a criminal defense attorney, and she would tell me and I can't even, when I say these things, because some of them were traffic, right? And she would come back, she'd be like, yeah, man, this person in court said the telephone pole was approaching me fastly. Someone said this one time. Yes, a car swerved, and I veered off to avoid the car, and the pedestrian didn't know where to go, so I ran him over. I'm not joking. They said this. No responsibility. But they really said it. This was their defense. The pole was coming fast at me.
Oh my God.
This is stuff that I'm just dying laughing. But you know, right? Like people just, that's how they think. They don't take any responsibility, right? So anyways, so I talked about this app over a month ago, okay? And I said this is going to be like really, really important, okay? And I know some of you guys are, you know, technology challenged, okay? And some of you guys are stubborn, and some of you guys may not see it, and now it's okay. We're going to keep going over this, okay? But I need you guys to buy in here, okay? Especially, it's a new year. You got to trust me here, okay? Because, I can see this with numbers now. And I'll show you in just a minute, right? So, we have an app, and I appreciate the guys that have at least downloaded the app and are trying, okay? And I mean that. And if you're not, try to get back on here and start anew. It's a new year, and try to, create a streak and some consistency, all that stuff, okay? And some of you guys are still posting on Telegram. I still want you to do that. There's nothing wrong with Telegram in any way. In no way am I trying to denigrate Telegram. However, Telegram is social. It's not business. It's fun. It's community. But it's almost like in our gym, we have a community aspect and we have a fitness aspect. And the community is cool, but the fitness is why you're actually going to the gym. Right. To get stronger, to get healthier, to lift more weights. This is the business side of it. Okay, this is the business side. So we have categories every single day that you can post. We post this on, I'm not going to go through the full app right now, I'm not going to demo, but I want to show you the results after having this for a month. Okay? We have scoreboards, we have fist bumps, we have all the community side. These are the people that have logged the most workouts. That means they've gotten the most results. I think there's 6 or 7 a day that you can do, and it's activity. Some are results, but it's how many appointments did you set? How many appointments did you complete? What premium did you get? How many recruiting interviews did you set up? How many guests showed up to certain meetings? Were you in training? So if you're here in training on Saturday, you can get a result. You just put you. Because you can see, now we have history. And history can show, right? So say for example, if I pick Jen, okay? So Jen, I think, and I'm not sure, I didn't post this month, but Jen was, I think, number 1 in personal premium. I don't know, you can check the Virginia scoreboard, but whatever, what'd you do this month? 14,000. Is that your highest?
Yes.
Okay, so now, right, I can look at her logbook, okay? And this is the calendar. And I can look at this, and I can see what she did every single day. And you can't get this on Telegram. Just so you know, I'm not, like I said, I'm not denigrating Telegram, but this is business. I can see now.
That's sick.
And I can say, okay, hey, this was your calendar last month. I can see it. So if I say, hey, you want to do 14,000, let me show you what someone does that did Now, I like Jen. I look at her numbers and I can see she didn't set like 8 appointments every day. It was like 2 or 3 a day. But it was almost every day. Now, so if I look at the benchmark workouts and I go to gym, okay? Now I can see, right? I can see all her personal records. So her attendance, Saturday, referrals, appointments done. So say I go to, the most in a day was 2. So say I go to appointments done. I can see all the days she did an appointment. All right here. These are the days you were out in the field. This is when you were working. If work is doing appointments, I can see it now. Then I can say, okay, what about your closes? What days did you actually get premium? Here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days. 10 days. That's how you got, and I can see it all. You have the notes here. Okay, increase under there. All this stuff I can see. So by her posting socially and us doing the fist bumps and the gifts and the comments, now I have some data here. So say for example, I go to Xander. Okay? And Xander has 45 workouts. Let me go to Val, actually. I didn't look at your profile, Xander, but I'm assuming it's going to be strong in terms of recruiting people because Val and him were competing almost every day at the top of recruiting interviews, right? So if I look at Val's, this is her calendar, and if I look at her benchmark workouts, I got to go down to our gym, okay? And I can see, like say recruiting appointments or recruiting op invites. So her number 1 in a day was 15. Okay, that's her personal record, 15 on December 21st. I can click it right here. And I can see how many these are all the people that she's invited. 2, 6, 13, 15. How many personal recruits did you do this month? 7. So if you want, this works, by the way. So how do I get set? If I want to have an influx of new recruits the first quarter of this year, so we can think about it. We can read a book or we can actually do some activity. Because Val's been doing the same thing she's been doing the last couple years. Ten, 5, 10, 11, 9, 11, 11, 6, 7, 10, 15, 6, 1, 5. Now you know. So let's look at you then. How many personal recruits did you have this month?
4.
4, and how many team did you? And because I know over the 90 days you guys were 15, right?
Yeah, I think team is 6.
Or more than 15, that's all. How many team recruits did you do?
6.
6. So a little slower month for you
Yeah.
on the recruiting side, but still the activity's there. I can see it, right? If I look at, say I look at Shondell, right? And I want to see Shondell's attendance. Okay. I can see her Saturday. Benchmark workouts. And she had 16 people. Right? I can see. She can have it right there. She says who's there. I can see. Look, I'm telling you, right? Like, this is a new year. I know you guys have some goals. You want to get promoted. You want to go up. You want to, like, you have to grow, and whatever promotion is, district to division, division to regional, regional RVP, like, you know, I would think a good number is 30. 30 showing up in training on Saturday. Or, you know, then now we're talking. You have a team, you know, and this is great. 16, December 9th. You know your records, right? Now I can see. You have the notes that people don't. Or, hey, I just want to grow. No, you just want to, like, be patted on the back. You don't really want to grow. You don't want to be coached. I just want to feel like I'm eating healthy. I'm not eating healthy. What I paid for that guy was to tell me to track my numbers so I could discover what the problem was. Now, whether I fix it or not, that's up to me. But he did his job. This is what is important. And I'm telling you, the people that buy in and the people that subscribe to this, you can start having a team of activity. Now, we have about, if you can see it, right? I would say we have about 11. Okay? I would say this is probably a good number, 20. But, okay, you should at least do more than me, okay? So 15. Okay, I only did 9. So you should have, if you're not, you didn't really participate in this. Because at least if you show up on Monday post, you're there. At least you can say you're there. And I'm telling you, I'm going to do a few things, like, you know, and I'll talk, Shondell and I are talking about this, I'll talk with Thomas about it as well, where maybe I'll post the scores every day in the morning, so on Telegram, right? If you can see, I don't respond, and I'm not knocking this, I just want to guide everybody. Where I comment and fist bump, I do that on SugarWatt. I'm not doing that on Telegram. Now, Telegram's important, I think you should post the stuff there. Okay, but I want you to know, like if you look at Win the Day, only 20 sometimes only 30 people look at that anyway. I just want you to know. Because when I post something, I see how many people look at it. I post on our big channel, only after like a week do we get like 60 people on there. Okay, so I want you to understand that. So, but if you can get a couple people playing, not a lot. You know, I don't know what our business was paid to the leadership last month. It was over 100,000, meaning our incomes. Definitely over 100,000 last month. And I got 15 people that play the game. So imagine if you could get another 5. So download the app. Figure it out. Start posting. Start tracking. You can see your numbers. You can see your streaks. You can see what you've done. Does anybody have any questions about this?
I don't know if it's just me, but sometimes the app is like really, really glitchy. Like it'll take like 5 minutes to load in, not 5 minutes, but like 2 minutes to load into the app, and then it's like it'll say loading, and you're like log your results, and it just like takes forever. Is that ever? I don't know if that happens to everybody else, but
for people that don't steal their neighbor's Wi-Fi. Xfinity guest will not work. No, it has, you know, yes. I mean,
I texted you
yeah.
yesterday. I'm like, I can't.
It's your own Wi-Fi, it should work. No, I mean, yes, sometimes it does, but I think for the most part, I would say like 90% of the time I check, and I do check it a lot. I just want you to know, I check this app a lot to see what you guys are doing. To see who's, you know, because it can say how much you've engaged with people, how much you fist bump, you know, it can show your, so if I see like me, right? It'll show how many active days, how many comments, how many, you know, like, look, this is part of it. You want people, this is the game of business. This is the gamification of it. You got a bunch of people playing this like a game. They used to say that. Why do you think all this is happening? When we walked in, why do you think they do recognition? Why do you think they give MVP? Why do you think they do top turnout? Why do you think our company is giving banners? They're trying to make this a game so we can compete. And we got a freaking secret weapon here. We have a game that's fun with social media and it tracks. And if you can be consistent and be productive, man, who knows where you could be? I say things and I think I remember them, but you know what? Like, I don't know if I remember them. I mean, man, yeah, I had 100 people, and I did have 100, but what if I track? Maybe I had 121. Because people remember things very differently than they actually happen. Right? But here, now I know. Now Shondell knows. You know, she tracked. She said, you know what? I had 16 people. Man, there was like 5 people that didn't even show up. We can definitely get to 20 now. We can get to 40. Like, it's just, when you do these things, there's a concept called stacking ideas, right? Where when something happens and then you have something else, you try to connect them. So, anyways. Get on this, right? Like Hannah, I saw you book 10 yesterday, but I didn't see it on here. Right? Did you book 10? How many did you book? 11. Sorry. Right? Get on there. Because, right, if you post on Telegram, which is fine, you can post on Telegram, but it's lost. Here, it's logged. I can find it. I can see it. Let's gravitate towards business. All right? We're going to have a great year, right? Get registered for the party. I'm going to have Samir come up and close this up. I'm sure he has some thoughts. We talked before the meeting on some of the things that we're focused on. You know, I'm focused on very simple things this year. Meeting attendance, licensing, more 10K producers. So growing our meetings, just being insanely proficient, skilled at licensing, and having more productive agents, especially around 10K. So when you do 10K a month, you can quit your job. When you do 10K a month, you can make 100 grand. When you do 10K a month, you can pay your bills, right? I mean, that's what you're here for. So, get registered for the party. We got a couple, because we have to do tables at a minimum of 10, right? So we have a few more slots open, so we'll be hitting everybody up. And I know it's supposed to snow. The party's inside. Okay. If it's gonna be a snowstorm, I'm serious. We're not gonna put anybody in harm's way. All right, but if it's an inch or half an inch, or if it's rain,
I think it's gonna be rain.
yeah, then don't worry about it. All right, make sure you're there. It's gonna be an awesome time. Super Saturday is this Saturday, but I'll have Samir's gonna come up and close this up. Give it up for Samir.